Hello, welcome back to Everyday Sports Mania. Today we'll be talking about the Denver Broncos real-life rebuild. The Denver Broncos haven't been too good over the course of the years after Peyton Manning retiring. Obviously, Peyton Manning a huge part of their offense, just like how John Elway was and how they struggled after John Elway retired. But the Broncos, they may not have the brightest future, but they do have a young quarterback named Drew Lock and a great running back, Phillip Lindsay, and a great wide receiver, Courtland Sutton. The Broncos, they can turn around a dark future to a bright future. In the 2019 draft, many positions they could look at, but a defensive lineman would be great. Von Miller, a force on the defensive side of the ball, as well as Bradley Chubb and Derek Wolfe. And of course, they want to stack that up a little more. They want quarterbacks to fear the defensive line. So obviously, what they currently have is Derek Wolfe, Shelby Harris, Adam Gaddis, Todd Davis, Bradley Chubb, and Von Miller. All those players have been great in recent years, but they could be looking at, in the mock draft with the round 1 pick 15, the defensive lineman from South Carolina, Javon Kinlaw. Javon Kinlaw, 6'6", 310 pounds, and the combination of his quickness and his power is a great combination. I think he would be a great fit to be with Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, and Derek Wolfe, and Shelby Harris. On the offensive side of the ball, Joe Flacco and Drew Lock fought for the position of quarterback this season. Joe Flacco, a rather old quarterback and under much experience, but coming from a team where he just got replaced by Lamar Jackson, and he doesn't look too good, so he didn't look good at all. So Drew Lock taking the starting job, and he could be their franchise quarterback. Phillip Lindsay, a great current running back, a great current halfback that has a bright future, is a very tough, good running back, a very fast player. And I think the Broncos, they don't need to, even if they have a great opportunity to get another player, I think they're good with Phillip Lindsay. On the wide receivers, you got Courtland Sutton, a splendid wide receiver of great speed, and he's able to catch the ball very well. But the problem is a boatload of pressure on him. Since Demaryius Thomas not wanting to sign, and Emmanuel Sanders getting traded right before the trade deadline to the San Francisco 49ers. So Courtland Sutton taking the number 1 wide receiver job after sitting behind 2 great wide receivers. Obviously, Demaryius Thomas with the Jets and Emmanuel Sanders with the 49ers. So now they got Courtland Sutton and Deshaun Hamilton as the 2 wide receivers. Deshaun Hamilton, a young, great, fast wide receiver. And a tight end, a young, very talented, futuristic tight end, Noah Fant, and a backup for Jeff Heuerman. Noah Fant, a very underrated player. By the way, go check out the top 10 most underrated players in the NFL on my channel. But anyway, Noah Fant, very underrated. A lot of people don't realize that he could be one of the top 10 tight ends in the NFL. Just the problem with the quarterback situation and the wide receivers and all that it's just been hard for them to figure out their game plan. So Noah Fant, not really involved this season, but I think he'll definitely be a force next season. For the offensive line, they're kind of set. Garrett Bowles at left tackle, Dalton Reisner at left guard, Connor McGarren at center, Ron Leary at right guard, and Jawan James at right tackle. The offensive line, though, very difficult with Joe Flacco, a quarterback that's known for not his speed and his athleticism due to his age. And he was a starter for most of the year, so it was kind of hard on him. Drew Lock, much more of an athletic young quarterback that can run around the pocket, not necessarily run 50 yards, but definitely a guy that can run around the pocket well. And I think with the offensive line definitely there could be more that they could add. Zach Martin, a very underrated player, but I don't think they can get him. Just anyone who pops up in free agency or in the draft, I think they should try to get, because a lot of times young rookie quarterbacks have a hard time holding on to the ball, just like Daniel Jones this season, 16 fumbles. So I think a great offensive line would very much help Drew Lock become a better quarterback and get players like Courtland Sutton, Noah Fant, Deshaun Hamilton, all players like that the ball more. Back to the defensive side, the defense, I think they're in a great situation. Kareem Jackson, a great strong safety. But the Broncos, they could work on some stuff. Justin Simmons, a great free safety. But they could, honestly, there's a couple positions that they need to replace for this team. They don't have much on the middle linebackers. They could work on, maybe try to pick up someone new. But Chris Harris, a very talented CB, and I think he'll be with them for a long time. Him and Von Miller both went to Super Bowl 50 and won, so they have experience in the playoffs. And I think this team definitely a few changes, and they could be back in the playoffs. For Von Miller, though, the defensive captain, I think Von Miller, a lot of young guys on the defensive side, and I think even on offense, Von Miller could help out this team in terms of leadership, and he is one of the more experienced players in the NFL. Drafted second overall in the 2011 draft, right? Cam Newton, the only person in front of him, but for a guy with that much talent, who won a Super Bowl, I think a lot of younger players need to look up to him. And if they do, I feel like the team would very much grow in confidence. Well, anyway, that'll wrap up one more thing. The head coach, Vic Fangio, used to be the Colts defensive coordinator. And he's not the most, in terms of head coaching, he's not known to head coach a team. He's more of an assistant coach or defensive coordinator, but he got his chance. He's with the Denver Broncos, and he's signed for a while. And I think he has a connect with his defensive players like Chris Harris, Von Miller, Justin Simmons, and Kareem Jackson. He's known with the defense, and I think the defense could very much improve with them. Well, anyway, that'll wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and hit the bell for more videos. Like this. And remember, go check out the other videos, top 10 most underrated players, and all the playoff game recaps. Always on Everyday Sports Mania. Bye.